Hi folks, I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL, thanks for joining me. In this video I'm going to tell you about 5 recent additions to my collection that I just can't stop wearing. Stay tuned. When we find fragrances we love, it's because there's something about them that really vibes with us, something a little bit addictive, something that just keeps us coming back for more, another fix. I've got many fragrances that I feel this way about in my collection, and I've talked about them many times. You probably know my favourites. So in this video I'm going to talk about 5 recent additions to my collection that have pleasantly surprised me, and subsequently I can't stop wearing them. The first one is the most recent fragrance I've purchased. A lot of anticipation surrounding this. It's got a hard act to follow since the last men's release from this brand has become one of the most loved and iconic of men's fragrances. It's the latest from Hermès, H24. It's been 15 years since Terre d'Hermès was released, so many are wondering, can this become as iconic as that fragrance? I think it has the potential, but time will tell. H24 is a masculine floral fragrance, the kind that manages to assert masculinity through soft and sweet florals in the way that Reflection Man does and Homme Intense. It's got this powdery freshness, but also depth and richness, really well-rounded fragrance. One of the things that really pleasantly surprised me about this was it doesn't remind me of anything else, so kudos to the brand for not just releasing another Terre d'Hermès flanker on the sly. And actually I think they've really thought about this because it seems to be very on trend with what's popular right now, but also I think what will still be popular in 10, 20 years time, maybe even longer than that, so it definitely has a timeless appeal. It's safe, very easy to wear, but definitely not boring, super versatile. The 24 of the name refers to the address of the flagship store in France, but I think it could also refer to the fact this could just be worn 24/7. So nice to be pleasantly surprised by a designer release these days, but Hermès have done it, and I can't stop wearing it. Zaharoff fragrances have really burst onto the scene the last couple of years, partly because of the popularity of Signature pour Homme, but partly because of the affable and charming presence of George Zaharoff. This one is Signature Royale. I really enjoy both the new releases from George. The other one is Noir, but Royale for me is the standout because it takes such a different path to the original. I definitely detect some Signature pour Homme DNA in here, but this to me seems sweeter, smoother and more rounded. I'm not sure if this is the case, but I feel like the sandalwood has really been amped up because it has more of that sweet, addictive creaminess that I associate with sandalwood. It also reminds me of the bright, breezy, easygoing, carefree nature of another very addictive sandalwood fragrance, which is Creed's Original Santal, although I'd say this has more complexity and nuance. It also has a lovely fruity quality and a playful sweetness, which just adds even more to its likability. It's still a very gentlemanly fragrance for the well put together man, but I'd say this is more in line with modern trends in perfumery, so to me this smells more contemporary than Signature pour Homme. So instead of nodding to the classic fougere like the original, this one embraces a fun and youthful energy while still being refined and sophisticated. Really amazing fragrance that resonates with me on many levels and probably with everyone else around me too. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting a great deal from this next fragrance. Another company cashing in with a Creed cologne. Well, this is one of those occasions where I actually prefer this to the Creed. From Banana Republic, it's Grassland. It's a little unfair to call this one a clone because I don't think it's attempting to smell exactly like anything else. It's similar in style to Creed's Green Irish Tweed, but it's got its own things going on, which I really love. In the top, there's some mint and juicy apple, so it's got this real fresh, fruity opening that has an extremely satisfying brightness to it. And then this bright opening is smoothed out with some sandalwood and vanilla, so it's got this powdery sweetness. I like Green Irish Tweed, but it's never been my favourite Creed, which is why I've never bought a bottle of it. I find this one easier to wear, more mass appealing, more refreshingly fruity than Green. It's kind of like a blend between Sauvage and Green Irish Tweed, but better than you'd expect that to smell. I get incredible performance, which I wasn't expecting, and I also wasn't expecting to be wearing this so much. Okay, talk about addictive. As soon as I smelled this one, I knew I'd be wearing it a lot. From Salvatore Ferragamo, it's Uomo Signature. If you've not smelled this fragrance, the best way I could describe it to you is it's like a hybrid between Spice Bomb Extreme and Parfums de Marly's Latent. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's rich, jam-packed full of mass-appealing notes like cinnamon, vanilla, tonka bean. There's some coffee in here, but it's not overly prominent, so if you're not a coffee fan, what's wrong with you? But that aside, you needn't worry because the coffee isn't strong. What it is though is sweet and indulgent. This definitely has some beautiful gourmand qualities because it smells quite like a dessert, but it's never too rich and heavy. People around you are gonna love this, but let's get selfish here for a second. Forget other people, wear this just for you because it really is a treat. It's widely available. I got mine from the fragrance shop. They often have discount codes going on, so keep an eye out. This would be a discount code well used. There are some good ones in the Galleria Parfums lineup that Ashton from Gentsense has brought to market, but this one has emerged as my favourite. It might have something to do with the fact it contains tobacco. Victorian tobacco. Until I smelled this, I thought I loved tobacco because fragrances that have tobacco notes are usually rich, sweet, warming, resinous, a world away from lively fresh scents. This has the effervescent energy of a gin and tonic combined with the darker, more resinous accords of a beautiful pipe tobacco, and it's this clash of contrasting accords that make this one so addictive and fascinating. There's some Britishness in here because there's a Cox apple accord which gives the blend a crisp sweetness which for me further adds to the enjoyment. So it's indulgent yet vibrant, rich yet bright, and somehow all this energy swirling around the scent doesn't detract from the stunning tobacco note which really grounds the fragrance along with some sweetness from the vanilla and the tonka bean. It's super unique, expertly blended by perfumer Jorge Lee. It's very strong. Beast mode definitely applies here. Say what you like about investor-led YouTuber fragrance collaborations, when it results in something as good as this, it's absolutely worth it. 100% worth the $205 price tag for 100ml. Lucky you if you picked it up in the introductory offer. This should be a fragrance that I would wear at special occasions, but there aren't many of those going on at the moment. Hopefully, I'll be able to wear it at some special occasions soon, but for now, I've really been enjoying wearing this around the house and I just can't stop. So there it is, 5 superb fragrances I've recently added to my collection that I just can't stop wearing. For whatever reason, they fascinate me, they're addictive. I just keep seeing them and thinking, yeah, I really want to wear you. Let me know what your addictive fragrances are. Which fragrances can you not stop wearing? I know we're not really going out much at the moment, so that is the true sign of a good fragrance if you're just putting it on at home because you just love the way it smells and you want to enjoy that while you're doing whatever you do at home. So do let me know in the comments which your fragrances are that you can't stop wearing. That's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.